Alright. It's probably a little bit late to be making this, but I want to do it before I forget about it. Um, yeah, this is a little outside. This is way outside what my normal content is like. I've been experimenting a little bit lately, as you can see, with kind of my longer form Apex episode and then my super short form CSPPI video. But this is going to be a bit different this time because there's not actually going to be any gameplay in this video. But I encourage you to stick around anyway for this little talking piece that I have. I, just a few minutes ago, as of recording this, finished a game called Summerland, which I genuinely believe is one of the little hidden gems of Steam. Summerland is a story-based game, and I'm not going to spoil too much of it. It's a free game. I will leave it down in the description if you want to go play it for yourself. Super, super interesting game. But it's a story game where you, as the player, really don't have any, like, how do I put this? You don't have any... It's not that you don't have any decision making, because technically you do. But nothing that you do actually affects the outcome of the story, really. Yeah, it really doesn't. So you're just, as the player, kind of along for this very cinematic... Well, yeah, I would call it cinematic. The graphics are beautiful in this game. Mysterious, poignant, heartfelt first-person story, and it's so cool. It took me about an hour and a half to play, and I loved it. I won't be doing a gameplay on it because it's the kind of game that you play through one time, and that's really all you need from it. Again, no free game, so it's very, not really any too much reason to not go download it if you can. The soundtrack of the game was amazing, like guitar and piano maybe. I think it was just guitar though. Super, super cool soundtrack. Really added a lot to the emotion of the game. It's a very emotional game, and I really, really loved it. Yeah, so the basic premise of the game is that you're following a detective in his afterlife and just judgment, sort of. I'm not really going to say any more than that, because really you should go experience it for yourself. But I think that, yeah, it was a really, really fantastic game. What else is there really to say about it? I don't know, it's a game about... No, I won't spoil it too much. Just gonna give my thoughts on the game. The gameplay was the gameplay was not involved, and I think that was by design. It seemed more like a way to make a player interact with a story in a way that left the story untouched. So you really felt like you were just kind of guiding this character through his own story. And it's not a type of game that's not the type of game I've ever played before. So it was very refreshing, and I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, that's gameplay. Graphics, again, I said, really, really good. You don't really get to change much for graphics. You might be able to in the main menu. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my microphone. You might be able to in the main menu, but you weren't able to mid-game. Nor were you able to change any of the controls, but that's kind of fine by me. But actually, this game was running lower frames than Apex Legends does for me. And that's saying something, because that's a demanding game. But it really pays off. I mean, the volumetric lighting and the shadows is really, really good for a game that was made on Unity engine and uses a lot of Unity assets. Soundtrack, I already said, was really, really good. It's a very simple game, so I don't feel like there's much more that I need to say about it. I would definitely suggest to anybody that can plays it. And it doesn't seem like it requires too much. In fact, let me pull up the Steam page for it. Summerland. Recommended is a GTX 1060 and an i5 8400, but minimum is not much. So yeah, I think that's definitely a set that's within the reach of everybody. I'll just read off so you get a better idea of what the game is about. Kind of the bit off the Steam page. Summerland is a first-person narrative game about morality and the afterlife. You take control of Matthew, a detective reliving the events of his past, being questioned on his morals along the way. In every door lies another memory, and every memory unlocks another door. Yeah, that was... I might buy the soundtrack for this. Because that was amazing. And it's a little sad to me because only about like 20% or something of people have actually finished the game who've downloaded it. So disappointing because again, I think I put it best at the beginning. It's one of the hidden gems of Steam. I think that's all I have for this one. It's a shorter video, but that's okay. Again, I'm not going to do gameplay on this. Feel free to play it for yourself, have the experience, instead of watching me do it. It's definitely worth your time. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.